There's just a little bit more. Hugo revives Karaya Village, succeeds Lucia as chief, and becomes a bridge between Zexen and Harmonia. Joe returns to Duck Village and remarries his ex. He's devoted to his kids. Fubar ends up living in Karaya Village with Hugo. They get along just fine. Lucia yields her position as chief to Hugo. She moves to Kaitan, where she works for Karaya's future. Beecham is asked by Lucia to stay on as Chief Hugo's lieutenant, as hot-blooded as ever. Luce wants to mother all children who have lost parents in the war, wants one big happy family. Dupa is chief of the Lizard Clan. He faces the Zexen Federation on the front lines of battle. After the fighting ends, Shiba returns to his clan and gets married. Basba maintains his position and never lets his guard down. Wilder makes his living as a grassland guide who escorts caravans. Red is a member of the Zexen Archaeology Association. Specialty, ancient ritual rites. Peggy stays in Comrade Castle and gains a reputation as a blacksmith. Anne achieves a dream of owning a shop in Karaya Village, but dislikes the rude and crude clientele. Twykin returns to Great Hollow and continues to expand it. Dominic keeps up the armor shop in Comrade Castle. Customers avoid his lengthy chats. Shizu entrusts Thomas with the key to her cozy hideaway. She sets off on a journey. Mel sets out. Leaving word she's visiting Branky's hometown, Mammy voyages to a new land, seeking the legendary cookbook once sought by her father. Lily Pendragon returns to Tinto, then decides to study in Harmonia. By the time the president notices, she is en route. Reed, ordered to stop Lily, who talks him out of it, he ends up accompanying her. Samus resigns as Lily's bodyguard, but is sent back to her when Mr. Marlowe refuses to accept the resignation. Whew. Okay. That was Epilogue Set 1. Chris gains fame for her exemplary service as captain of the Zexen Knights. Lewis serves as an attendant and is eventually knighted. Salome, one of Chris's lieutenants, is assistant leader of the Zexen Knights. Leo, true to his nickname, Iron Leo, always gives 100%, active in Zexen Tinto border clashes. Percival returns to Ixay Village. When war breaks out, rejoins the Knights. Neither his sword nor his skills get rusty. Boris's cavalry always leads the charge into the Zexen Tinto border clashes. Roland, fiercely loyal to Chris, his cool-headed elf knight, is committed to Zexen service to the end. Fred Maximilian hears that evil is afoot once again. He sets off on a new journey. Rico asks to return many times. Thoroughly ignored, she winds up helping Fred. Scott seeks new trade routes. He journeys to the western continent. Ernie joins Archaeology Association, researches ritual rites, discovers the secret Zexen ritual inscription. Mike departs Comrade Castle in the middle of the night with several mystery men and never returns. Augustine Nabor hears rumors of a beautiful place in Torin and sets off to find it. Gordon, admirably elegant, a model Zexen gentleman. Jefferson bustles about, conferring titles to new residents of Comrade Castle upon their arrival. Alec, per Hugo's suggestion, he returns to the village with Tuda and many others to get rid of many infectious diseases. Mua follows the saga of Flame Champion, his quest complete, and returns to his homeland and gets married. Jimba vanishes from the pages of history after 2 turns as a champion's partner. Yuiri retires to Almakinon Village and leads a peaceful life. Yumi returns to Yuiri to Almakinon Village, but seems to get out and about frequently. Yun, the spirit of Yun, lives on amidst the winds of grassland and the trees of Kabat Forest. Okay. There's the second epilogue set. Godot, thanks to Sasori, rejoins the SFDF. He still can't decide about that right-hand rune. Queen returns to her life in the Southern Frontier Defense Force. Recently, she's given up vegetarianism. Ace, what a life. Managing the headstrong SFDF, he can't avoid complaining. Joker says fighting is difficult, but continues nonetheless. That's Joker for you. Jack plans to fabricate an even more powerful Bokon. Isla, Godot refuses to let her join the SFDF, but lets her accompany them as a trainee. Duke heads south on a new mission, still hoping for a rematch with Godot. Elaine's fate is bound up with Duke's, but it looks like she has no plans to quit working as a mercenary. Gao goes out on a military training tour, but often returns to Celeria to help Duke. Nicholas heads south with Duke, defends him in any battle. Watari, once his contract is up, disappears. Ayami disappears in pursuit of Watari. See previous. No. Estella sets out on a journey to find the 109th star. Rhodey devotes himself to training while traveling with Estella, but he still can't fly. Bards returns to Ixay Village and continues tilling the fields. Arthur spends his time running around looking for headlines. Kid responds to a request to solve the kidnapping of a lady at the Black Rose Society in an obscure nation. Nadir, the theater at Comrade Castle, sells out after the Flame Champion is rumored to have performed there. Ruby returns to Lebuque and has lots of healthy babies. Aiku, even as she holds off the persistent Franz, she decides she wants to live with him. Franz makes great effort to help Lebuque villagers win status as second-class citizens. Alright, that was Epilogue set number 3. Thomas, aided by Salome, gains free trade zone status for Comrade Castle, still serves as Lord of the Castle. Sebastian, still Thomas's assistant, he's devoted to Comrade Castle's accounting, constantly worries Cecile is captain of the guard. She and her 3 subordinates, including Thomas, keep the peace in Comrade Castle. Juan, as the population of Comrade Castle increases, so do the pupils at his dojo, but the second Master Emily does the teaching. Piccolo boasts to the people of the castle he's a great wizard and he can show them how to win the War of the Champions. Martha, the population of Comrade Castle increases and commerce flourishes. She is always smiling. Muto, a busy housekeeper, he mistakenly hands over the wrong goods often. Ike heads the Silent Reading Society, sometimes holds meetings in a deep basement of the castle. Koroku is doing fine. Nay goes back to traveling, frees the breeze with Topo and Shaban. Topo protects Nay and Shaban, but dreams of owning a small theater. Shaban is not sure if she wants to pursue a career as a wandering minstrel or as a Kenpo master. Genji opens the gymnastics school at Comrade Castle and gains popularity with the kids. Wanfu sets off on a voyage to avenge a friend. Goro loses to his dad in a bath match. He then goes off to find materials with which to build a new bath. Billy, his son Melville, gets hold of him and takes him back to Vinay Del Zexe. Kathy's still running the ranch for Comrade Castle. Recently, she's been holding horse races. Guillaume can't stand working as an appraiser either. That figures. Melville returns to Vinay Del Zexe with his father. Alanis, the war having ended, she goes north with her family, hoping to fulfill her promise to Melville and Elliot someday. Elliot's ambition as to become a treasure hunter like Melville's father is opposed by his own father. Okay, another set of epilogues. Apple. When the biography of her teacher is done and Caesar is gone, she opens a school in her hometown. Caesar Silverberg, painfully aware of Albert's superior talent, he sets off on a voyage to see the world. Albert Silverberg, it is said he serves bravely in the Harmonious army, but is it also a strategist for greater power on another continent? Truth? Edge. To defeat a foe sought by the Star Dragon Sword, he goes on a voyage to the south. Landis, whereabouts unknown. Senai Yamamoto finishes her military training prior to getting married, returns to Kaitan. Vicky, at the victory banquet, she announces she'll teleport everyone back to their hometowns. She and her guests teleport. Younger Vicky. Vicky teleports all over, chasing elder Vicky and others. Hortez II sets off by ship from Vinay Del Zexe to open a shop in Holy Harmonia. Jean returns to Brass Castle, resuming her career as a rune sage. Tuda goes with Halleck to his village, where they help many residents. Mio accompanies Tuda to Halleck's village. Wanting to help Tuda, she begins to study medicine. Emily becomes second master at Juan's dojo, never neglects her own daily training regimen. Belle sets off on a journey with Gadget Z in order to become a great gadget master. Gadget Z aims to power up while traveling with Belle as her attendant. Fudge, having rejoined the Dragon Knights, he's ranking to get 3rd degree ranking. No, he's studying to get 3rd degree ranking. Sharon attends the new Dragon Knight ceremony, gets a golden dragon. Bright loves flying around in space with Fudge, but Fudge is bothered by his constant pestering. Sansari returns to Holy Harmonia and serves as bishop, but suffers from existential angst. Dio, Sasarai's chief of staff, supports him publicly and behind the scenes. Nash, by the time the fighting ends, he is nowhere to be seen. Uber, there's a rumor he's been seen among the deformed creatures that sprang forth from the crumbling ruins. Sarah, caressing her one and only love, the only one who understands her, she is lonely but content. Luck's name vanishes from the histories of Harmonia, but he is remembered as the one who defied fate. I think that's it. Aw, see? Hugo and Fubar are finally at peace, along with my voice. Alright. That will do it for today, y'all. If I got done a little earlier, I probably would have, done a little Tetris effect, but I didn't. So let's see who's doing what. Yes, there is a whole epilogue chapter for Luck now. You get his perspective throughout the entire game.